Hello, my fellow project managers, PMPs in the making. This is a set of 50 questions to give you some confidence as you prepare for the PMP exam. The questions have been tailored to beginner to intermediate. So for those of you who are more advanced, I expect you to be getting in the 90s on this quiz. For those of you just starting your journey in the past 2, 3, 4 weeks, I would expect somewhere around 70 if you have covered all the material in any of the domains. I have broken this down into people, process, business, agile, and then some extra secret sauce of Kanban, Scrum, and situational leadership. I hope you find these very helpful. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe because there's going to be more. Let's get started.
1. Scenario. A project team member expresses concerns about unclear responsibilities. What is the best course of action? Options: A. Reassign the team member to a less critical task. B. Hold a meeting to clarify roles and document them. C. Ask the functional manager to handle the situation. D. Ignore the concerns as they are likely temporary. Answer: B. Rationale. Clarifying and documenting roles ensures that all team members understand their responsibilities, promoting efficiency and reducing confusion. 2. Scenario. During a project update meeting, you notice two team members arguing frequently. What should you do first? Options: A. Schedule a private meeting to understand the issues they're facing. B. Let them resolve it themselves to foster independence. C. Issue a formal warning and document the behavior. D. Request HR to intervene and mediate. Answer: A. Rationale. Understanding the root cause of the conflict can help in resolving the issue constructively, promoting collaboration within the team. 3. Scenario. The project sponsor is unavailable for critical decisions. What is the best approach to maintain project momentum? Options: A. Pause the project until the sponsor is available. B. Make decisions within the delegated authority limits. C. Escalate the issue to senior management. D. Consult the project team for a democratic decision. Answer: B. Rationale. Making decisions within delegated authority ensures continuity and demonstrates effective leadership and responsibility. 4. Scenario. A key stakeholder expresses dissatisfaction with the project's progress at a review meeting. How should you handle this situation? Options: A. Justify the project team's efforts and challenge the stakeholders' views. B. Acknowledge their concerns and revise the project plan to accommodate. C. Arrange a one-on-one meeting to discuss and address their concerns in detail. D. Suggest they communicate only through formal channels. Answer: C. Rationale. Addressing the stakeholders' concerns through a detailed discussion can help identify specific issues and mutually agree on corrective actions. 5. Scenario. You notice a decrease in team morale after announcing a project extension. What is the most effective way to boost morale? Options: A. Offer incentives for early completion of tasks. B. Organize team building activities. C. Increase the frequency of performance reviews. D. Implement mandatory overtime. Answer: B. Team building activities can enhance team cohesion and morale, fostering a positive work environment. Continuing with the people domain questions for a project management setting. 6. Scenario. A project team member from a different cultural background is misunderstood often by the team. What should you do to improve communication? Options: A. Provide cultural sensitivity training to the team. B. Assign someone to translate for the team member. C. Ignore the issue as it might resolve on its own. D. Reassign the team member to another project. Answer: A. Rationale. Cultural sensitivity training helps in building awareness and respect for diversity, which can improve teamwork and communication. 7. Scenario. During a critical phase, you observe that the communication among team members has significantly reduced. What should you implement first? Options: A. A stricter policy on communication. B. Scheduled daily stand-up meetings. C. An open-door policy for team concerns. D. Performance appraisals focusing on communication skills. B. Rationale. Scheduled daily stand-ups encourage regular communication and enable team members to report on progress and challenges.
Number 8. A project team member is consistently missing deadlines. What is the best immediate action? A. Assign another team member to share their workload. B. Discuss the issue with the team member to identify causes and solutions. C. Report the behavior to higher management for disciplinary action. D. Decrease their task assignments and responsibilities. Answer: B. Rationale. Discussing the issue directly can help identify whether there are personal issues or resource constraints and allows for constructive feedback. 9. You receive feedback that meetings are too frequent and not productive. What is the most appropriate action? A. Increase the length of each meeting to cover more topics. B. Decrease the frequency and improve the agenda setting. C. Discontinue meetings and switch to email updates. D. Ignore the feedback as meetings are mandatory. Answer: B. Rationale. Decreasing the frequency and refining the agenda can increase the productivity of meetings addressing the team's concerns. Number 10. The project is running smoothly and you have a high-performing project assistant. How best to motivate and retain this assistant? A. Recommend them for a higher position in the organization. B. Offer a salary increase and bonus incentives. C. Provide opportunities for professional development and training. D. Increase their workload to match their skills. Answer: C. Rationale. Offering professional development opportunities helps in retaining skilled employees by investing in their growth and satisfaction.
Let's continue with the process domain questions. 1. Scenario. You are implementing a critical phase of the project and find that the planned resources are insufficient. What is the best initial step? Options: A. Request additional resources from the project sponsor. B. reassess the resource allocation to optimize usage. C, continue with the current resources to maintain the schedule. D, escalate the issue to the change control board. Rationale. Reassessing resource allocation allows for optimization and potential reallocation, ensuring the project can progress without immediate additional resources. 2. Scenario. During project execution, a major risk event occurs that was not identified in the risk register. What should you do first? Options. A. Update the risk register and analyze the impact. B. Convene the project team to brainstorm mitigation strategies. C. Inform the stakeholders about the oversight. D. Proceed without action to avoid delays. Answer. Ray. Updating the risk register and analyzing the impact is crucial for understanding the severity and deciding on subsequent actions. 3. Scenario. A project task is running ahead of schedule. What is the most effective action to take advantage of this situation? Options. A. Reallocate the spare time to more critical tasks. B. Inform the client of the early delivery possibility. C. Maintain the schedule to avoid disruptions. D. Use the extra time for additional testing and quality control. Answer. A. Rationale. Reallocating time to critical tasks can help mitigate potential delays elsewhere and optimize overall project delivery. 4. Scenario. You discover that the project's outcome is no longer aligned with strategic business objectives due to changing market conditions. What is your best course of action? Options. A. Realign the project outcomes through a change request. B. Continue as planned and discuss changes in the next phase. C. Terminate the project to avoid further misalignment. D. Consult the stakeholders before making any changes. Answer. D. Rationale. Consulting stakeholders ensures that any decisions regarding realignment or other actions are supported and informed by those affected by and invested in the project's success. 5. Scenario. The project's key deliverable has been rejected by the client for not meeting specified requirements. What should you do first? Options. A. Revise the deliverable based on client feedback. B. Analyze the reasons for rejection and identify corrective actions. C. Escalate the issue to senior management. D. Negotiate a compromise on the requirements. Answer. B. Rationale. Analyzing the reasons for rejection helps in understanding the gap and planning effective corrective actions to meet client expectations. 6. Scenario. You need to update your project management plan due to several approved change requests. Which aspect should you prioritize for updating? A. Cost baselines, because financial aspects drive many business decisions. B. Schedule baselines to reflect the new timelines. C. Scope statements to ensure all changes are documented. D. All elements equally to maintain coherence in the plan. Answer. D. Rationale. All elements of the project management plan should be updated cohesively to ensure consistency and integrity of the plan following changes. 7. Scenario. A process audit reveals that several project processes are not in compliance with internal standards. What is the first action you should take? Options. A. Revise the processes to meet the compliance standards. B. report the findings to the project sponsor. C. Conduct training sessions to ensure understanding of the standards. D. Review and update the project management plan accordingly. Answer A. Rationale. Revising the processes immediately to meet standards ensures compliance and minimizes risks associated with nonconformity. 8. Scenario. Halfway through the project, you find that the risk management practices are inadequate. What is the best strategy to improve? Options. A. Overhaul the risk management plan incorporating stringent controls. B. Enhance risk monitoring and control techniques. C. Increase the frequency of risk assessment meetings. D. Train the team on advanced risk management practices. B. Rationale. Enhancing risk monitoring and control can immediately improve the management of identified and new risks, providing a more robust approach to handling project uncertainties. 9. Scenario. During a quality audit, it is found that the project does not have a formal quality management plan. What should you do next? Options. A. Continue without a quality plan to avoid further delays. B. Develop and implement a quality management plan. C. Use generic quality standards instead of a formal plan. D. Consult the project sponsor for direction. Answer. B. Rationale. Developing and implementing a quality management plan is essential to ensure that the project meets the required standards and stakeholder expectations.
Number 10. Scenario. A critical decision needs to be made regarding project scope adjustment, but data is lacking. What should be your first step? A. Make an informed guess based on available information. B. Delay the decision until complete data is available. C. Gather the necessary data to make an informed decision. D. Consult the stakeholders for their opinions. Answer. C. Rationale. Gathering the necessary data ensures that decisions are made based on solid information, reducing the risk of poor outcomes.
Continuing with the business domain questions, here are scenarios that involve strategic thinking and alignment with business objectives in a project management context. 1. Scenario. During a project review, it's identified that a competitor has launched a similar product ahead of yours. What is the best strategic action? Options. A. Speed up the project delivery by cutting non-critical features. B. Continue as planned without changes. C. Conduct a market analysis to assess impact and adjust the project scope. D. Immediately inform stakeholders and halt the project. Answer. C. Conducting a market analysis helps understand the competitive landscape and make informed decisions about necessary adjustments to the project's scope or strategy. 2. Scenario. A new government regulation will affect the project's final deliverables. What should you do first? Options. A. Update the project scope to comply with the new regulation. B. Analyze the impact of the regulation on project deliverables. C. Notify the stakeholders about potential delays and cost increases. D. Seek legal advice to understand the regulation. Answer. B. Rationale. Analyzing the impact of the new regulation on the deliverables allows you to make informed decisions about necessary changes and communicate effectively with stakeholders.
Question 3. Scenario. The project is at risk of delivering low value due to changing business priorities. What should you do next? A. Realign the project outcomes to the new business priorities. B. Continue with the current plan to avoid further delays. C. Propose terminating the project to conserve resources. D. Consult with business analysts to find a viable solution. Answer. A. Rationale. Realigning project outcomes to current business priorities ensures that the project remains relevant and capable of delivering value.
4. Scenario. Stakeholders are concerned about the sustainability of the project benefits. What is the most effective approach to address these concerns? Options. A. Review and potentially revise the benefits realization plan. B. Assure stakeholders that all benefits will be realized as planned. C. Focus on immediate deliverables rather than long-term benefits. D. Propose new projects to extend benefits. Answer A. Rationale. Reviewing and revising the benefits realization plan can ensure that the project continues to meet its long-term goals and addresses stakeholder concerns about sustainability. 5. Scenario. Your company is expanding into a new market, impacting your project. What should be your first response? Options. A. Assess how the new market affects the project scope and objectives. B. Request additional resources to cover the increased scope. C. Inform the project team about potential changes. D. Continue with the current project plan until further notice. Answer. A. Rationale. Assessing how entering a new market affects the project allows for appropriate adjustments to scope and objectives, ensuring alignment with business strategy. 6. Scenario. There is a significant discrepancy between the project costs incurred and the budget. What actions you take first? Options. A. Adjust the project plan to reduce costs. B. Conduct a financial audit to understand the discrepancies. C. Inform the stakeholders and request additional funding. D. Reduce project scope to fit the budget. Answer. B. Rationale. Conducting a financial audit helps identify the reasons for the cost discrepancies and informs the decision on how to best address them. 7. Scenario. The business environment has shifted due to economic downturns affecting your project. What is the best way to adapt? Options. A. Continue as planned to maintain stability. B. Reevaluate the project's feasibility and potential ROI. C. Reduce project scale to minimize financial risk. D. Increase marketing efforts to boost project relevance. Answer. B. Rationale. Reevaluating the project's feasibility and ROI ensures that the project remains viable and aligns with current economic conditions. 8. Scenario. You need to present a project update to the board of directors, focusing on strategic alignment. What is the key element to emphasize? Options. A. Detailed descriptions of technical challenges and solutions. B. The alignment of project outcomes with strategic business goals. C. The performance metrics of the project team. D. Future project opportunities and innovations. Answer. B. Rationale, emphasizing how the project aligns with strategic business goals, highlights the project's relevance and value to the company's overall strategy. 9. Scenario. Mid-project, a new stakeholder group is identified that is critical to the project's success. What should you do first? Options. A. Include them in the communication plan immediately. B. Arrange a meeting to understand their needs and expectations. C. Send them all previous project documentation. D. Update the stakeholder management strategy to include them. Answer. B. Rationale. Arranging a meeting to understand the needs and expectations of the new stakeholder group ensures that their input is incorporated effectively into the project. 10. Scenario. Your project is nearing completion, but there's an opportunity to add a feature that could significantly increase user satisfaction. What should you consider first? Options. A. The impact of the change on the project's schedule and budget. B. The potential return on investment of the added feature. C. The technical feasibility of integrating the new feature. D. Stakeholder opinions on the necessity of the additional feature. Answer. A. Rationale. Considering the impact on the project's schedule and budget is critical to determine whether the potential benefits of the new feature outweigh the costs and risks. Agile-focused questions. 1. Scenario. You are managing an Agile project where the team seems reluctant to engage in daily stand-ups. What should you do first? A. Enforce the importance of daily meetings strictly. B. Discuss with the team to understand their concerns and suggest alternatives. C. Replace stand-ups with weekly meetings. D. Ignore the issue as long as deadlines are met. Answer. B. Rationale. Engaging with the team to understand their concerns allows for adapting Agile practices to better fit team preferences and project needs, promoting collaboration. 2. Scenario. In an Agile environment, a key stakeholder continually requests changes that impact the sprint's progress. How should you handle this? A. Incorporate the changes immediately to maintain stakeholder satisfaction. B. Suggest waiting until the next sprint planning to address the changes. C. Review the product backlog and adjust priorities as needed. D. Refuse to make changes during an active sprint. Answer. C. Rationale. Reviewing and adjusting the product backlog allows for managing stakeholder expectations while maintaining the integrity of the current sprint. 3. Scenario. Halfway through a sprint, you realize that the scope is too broad to be completed on time. What is the best Agile approach? A. Extend the sprint duration to accommodate the scope. B. Reduce the scope to meet the original timeline. C. Push the team to work overtime. Leave the scope unchanged, but reduce the quality standards.
Answer. B. The rationale. Reducing the scope to fit within the sprint timeline aligns with Agile principles of flexibility and maintaining predictable delivery schedules.
4. Scenario. How should an Agile team handle receiving feedback that the last iteration did not meet customer expectations? A. Ignore the feedback and continue with the planned iterations. B. Analyze the feedback and incorporate lessons into the next iteration. C. Request detailed specifications from the customer to avoid future issues. D. Discontinue the iterative process and plan fully before proceeding. Answer B. Rationale. Agile emphasizes continuous improvement. Analyzing feedback and adapting future iterations is essential for aligning the product more closely with customer needs. 5. Scenario. When is it appropriate for an Agile project manager to adjust the team's composition? A. At the end of each sprint based on performance reviews. B. Only at project milestones or when team dynamics fail. C. Whenever new skills are needed to meet evolving project requirements. D. Never, as the team should remain consistent. Answer C. Rationale. Agile teams must be adaptable, including adjusting team composition as needed to meet the project's evolving requirements effectively. 6. Scenario. What is a fundamental practice for managing an Agile project? A. Keeping a fixed schedule and scope. B. Maintaining flexibility in both scope and schedule. C. Strict adherence to predetermined deliverables. D. Complete autonomy without scheduled reviews. Answer B. Rationale. Flexibility in managing scope and schedule is crucial in Agile to adapt to changes and stakeholder feedback effectively. Scenario. How should an Agile team prioritize their work? A. Based on the highest cost tasks first. B. Based on the complexity of tasks. C. Based on the highest value and customer impact. D. Based on the preferences of the team. Answer C. Rationale. Prioritizing work based on value and customer impact ensures that the team focuses on delivering maximum benefit from their efforts. 8. Scenario. A team member is struggling with the pace of an Agile project. What is the best approach to support them? A. Suggest they work overtime to catch up. B. Provide additional training and pair them with a mentor. C. Reassign them to a less critical role. D. Recommend they be replaced. Answer B. Rationale. Supporting team members through training and mentorship is key in Agile, fostering an environment of growth and continuous improvement. 9. Scenario. During a retrospective, the team expresses frustration with the current testing processes. What should you do? A. Decide to skip testing in future sprints to boost morale. B. Identify and implement improvements to the testing processes. C. Insist on adhering to the established processes despite dissatisfaction. D. Outsource testing to alleviate the burden on the team. Answer B. Rationale. Agile encourages continuous improvement, so identifying and addressing issues with current processes is crucial. 10. Scenario. What is an effective way to handle scope creep in an Agile project? A. Regularly update and refine the product backlog. B. Strictly refuse any changes to the scope once defined. C. Increase the project timeline to accommodate all requests. D. Reduce the development quality to include more features. Answer A. Rationale. Regularly updating and refining the backlog allows the team to manage scope changes systematically without derailing the project timeline. Scrum, Kanban, situational leadership, and servant leadership focused questions. 1. Scenario. As a Scrum Master, you notice the development team is overwhelmed during sprints. What Scrum principle should you apply first? A. Increase the length of the sprints. B. Encourage the team to only commit to manageable workloads. C. Assign additional resources to the team. D. Schedule more frequent breaks to improve focus. Answer. B. Rationale. Ensuring the team commits only to manageable workloads is essential in Scrum to maintain sustainable pace and quality. 2. Scenario. In a Kanban system, what is the first step you should take when work items consistently pile up in one stage? A. Hire more staff. B. Analyze the workflow and identify bottlenecks. C. Increase the WIP limits. D. Redistribute tasks to other team members. B. Rationale. Identifying bottlenecks is crucial in Kanban to improve flow and efficiency by addressing and removing these blockers. 3. Scenario. You are leading a project with team members who are new to Scrum. What leadership style is most effective? A. Autocratic to ensure compliance with Scrum practices. B. Laissez-faire to promote self-organization. C. Situational, adapting your style to the team's maturity. D. Strictly directive to enforce discipline. Answer. C. Rationale. Situational leadership allows the leader to adapt their style to the development stage of the team, which is effective in guiding new teams through the learning curve of Scrum. 4. Scenario. As a project manager using servant leadership, what is your primary focus when managing the project team? Ensuring the project is completed within budget. B. Serving the team's needs to facilitate high performance. C. Maintaining strict control over all project decisions. D. Promoting your visibility within the organization. Answer. B. Rationale. Servant leadership focuses on meeting the needs of the team members to enable them to perform at their best and deliver high-quality results. 5. Scenario. Your Scrum team struggles with completing all sprint commitments. What should you do to improve sprint planning? A. Plan fewer features per sprint. B. Extend the sprint duration. C. Apply pressure to increase team output. D. Ignore the issue as the team may improve naturally. Answer. A. Rationale. Planning fewer features per sprint allows the team to focus on delivering quality and manageable amounts of work, leading to more successful sprints. 6. Scenario. In Kanban, what should you do when you notice that the cycle time for tasks is increasing? A. Immediately remove less critical tasks from the board. B. Analyze the workflow for inefficiencies. C. Increase the number of team members. D. Implement stricter deadlines for task completion. Answer. B. Rationale. Analyzing the workflow for inefficiencies allows for targeted improvements to reduce cycle times and enhance overall efficiency. 7. Scenario. You are leading a project with a mix of experienced and novice Scrum team members. How should you apply situational leadership? A. Use a coaching style for novice members while delegating more to experienced members. B. Adopt a directing style across the board to ensure project consistency. C. Treat all team members the same regardless of their experience. D. Focus only on the most skilled team members to ensure project success. Answer. A. Rationale. Applying a coaching style for less experienced members and delegating to more experienced members ensures that each team member's needs and capabilities are appropriately addressed. 8. Scenario. As a servant leader, you notice a team member is not engaging much with the rest of the team. What is the best approach to take? A. Wait for the team member to come forward with any issues. B. Engage the team member in one-on-one discussions to understand their challenges. C. Reprimand the team member for lack of participation. D. Encourage other team members to exclude the individual from collaborative tasks. B. Rationale. Engaging directly with the team member allows you to understand and address their challenges or concerns, supporting them in a way that aligns with servant leadership principles. 9. Scenario. Your Kanban team often exceeds WIP limits. What should be your approach to handle this? A. Temporarily increase WIP limits. B. Conduct a review session to understand why WIP limits are exceeded. C. Ignore WIP limits as long as tasks are completed. D. Penalize team members for exceeding limits. Answer. B. Rationale. Conducting a review session helps understand the root causes of exceeding WIP limits and addresses them to restore a smooth flow of work. 10. Scenario. How can a Scrum Master facilitate a team becoming more self-organizing? A. By making all the decisions to show how it's done. B. By coaching team members to take ownership of tasks. C. By assigning tasks to team members without consultation. D. By reducing the frequency of meetings to force independence. Answer. B. Coaching team members to take ownership encourages a self-organizing team dynamic, which is a core principle of Scrum.
And there you have it, my friends. 50 questions to get you in shipshape for the PMP exam. Confidence boosters, easy questions, good pace, just to get you into that mindset of seeing a lot of questions, answering the questions in under a minute. This is a great practice for anyone who is getting ready for the exam. Even those who feel they are really prepared, this is a good warm-up. And the expectation is the more you've studied, the higher the score. If you're looking for additional studying and coaching, go on down to Praizion.com or check out any of my podcasts. The study.pmradio.org, pmp.pmradio.org, where I have over 40 hours of video for you, all free. PM podcast is on pmradio.org. That's a general PM podcast and for the exam as well. So you've got two podcasts that you need to go sign up for. Study.pmradio.org. And when you go to pmradio.org, you'll see another podcast available on Spotify, on Apple, on all of these devices and platforms. PMP exam book is at immersion.pmradio.org. Mentoring, if you want one-on-one mentoring and coaching for consulting or project management or the PMP or anything, risk, schedule, cost, you name it, go on down to pmanonymous.com. And if you're looking to attend a world-class conference where we teach unfiltered project management to get you to that next level, whether you're already certified or trying to get certified or trying to get into the game of project management, go on down to PM360, 360.pmradio.org. It will be an absolute pleasure to have you in one of my courses or in one of my mentoring sessions. I look forward to speaking to you again. Bookmark this. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share. See you soon.